Today we're checking out the Scag Windstorm. I got the opportunity to try this thing out because Blake over at It's His Turf, he had it as a demo. I got an opportunity to get on it, mess with it a little bit, and then he gave me the opportunity to bring it here to the shop so I could talk to you guys about it. There's a lot of companies out there making these stand-on leaf blowers, but Scag is actually the first one to design what they're calling the nozzle directional system, which is what gives you this nozzle right down here that actually turns and you can control which way the nozzle is going to point. It gives you a whole 180 degrees. You can go, there's two handles up there. One will push the nozzle all the way right or all the way left, and the other will actually move it just however far you want it to go. Now it's on an electric motor with gears, so it can move the whole 180 degrees and you can stop it at whatever degree you want to stop it at. It definitely gives you a lot of control out there whenever you're blowing leaves, just to be able to adjust that just where you need it. Another thing with this nozzle is you can actually adjust it up and down. And that gives you even more control because you're able to adjust it a little bit down and try to push those heavier objects like sticks and nuts. And then if you're just blowing leaves and you want to push them a farther distance, you can kind of adjust it up and you'll be able to get that volume pushing straight out. So the nozzle does put out right around 6,000 CFM, which is huge. A lot of blowers right now are doing about 1,000 CFM, or some of your biggest ones, I believe. A lot of your electric blowers are right around that 500 CFM range, 300 to 500 CFM. So to be at 6,000 CFM, that's a lot of volume of air coming out of this thing. So the heart of this machine is the Briggs & Stratton 37 horsepower EFI engine. This thing puts out a lot of power. It's very fuel efficient, and I think it's going to run this machine quite well. So right behind these fins on the front of this machine is an 8-bladed Stihl impeller. It actually draws air from the front and from the back, and that's where it's able to get all of those CFMs, that air volume that it needs to run this machine. Now speed-wise on this machine, you're going to get about 10.5 miles per hour going forward and about half that at 5 miles per hour going in reverse. So it does have a pretty good ground speed to it. You have a lot of clearance underneath the machine. The only place that I've seen that it doesn't have a lot of clearance is right underneath the nozzle. You got to make sure, like going on and off a trailer, that you're raising that nozzle and kind of joining it up to give yourself that little extra clearance that you need to get on the trailer. The back of this machine, the operating position looks just like the new V-Ride 2. I'm not really sure if this has a wider stance than the V-Ride, because it's kind of a weird perception whenever you see it from the back and there's no deck there. You can't really tell if it's exactly the same on the back end or if it's a little bit different. Now the length of the machine, I'm pretty sure the wheelbase is shorter than the Scag V-Ride 2. Just by looking at it, I haven't had them side by side to compare it though. Just like the V-Ride 2, this does have the safety switch in the platform, so if you're not standing on the platform, you can't start it, and if you step off the platform while you're using it, it's gonna die. So there's no way to walk behind this thing like the older V-Ride 1s. I really like the organization of the operator control dash. Everything's right there where it needs to be. On my V-Ride 1s, you've got that handle that lifts up. That's one of your safety switches. This does not have that. You also don't have the gear shifter where you had to go from neutral into drive. The V-Ride 2 is the exact same way. Along with that, you also have the Tiger Eye right there on the dash. That's the advanced monitoring system that Scag came out with a couple years ago. And the last couple of things, you have your throttle, your key, and you have a PTO switch on there. So you are able to run this machine without the blower actually running. So price point wise, a guy like me, a solo guy, I don't think it's for my business. I would absolutely love to have one. It would definitely make things a lot easier, but justifying that price for one machine that I really wouldn't use all that much is definitely something that I can't do as a solo operator. If you are a larger business and you want to find out what someone like Blake thinks, on this machine and utilize it in their business, a bigger business, make sure you go over to his YouTube channel and check out his video on this same machine. So in the end, I was excited to get to use this thing. I would love to have one in my business someday. I think it'd be awesome for taking on big leaf projects or leaf jobs at the end of the year. But right now, it just definitely is not the time. So if you guys utilize one of these Scag Windstorms in your business, or even another type of stand-on blower, I'm just interested in like the size of your business. Are any of you guys solo guys that are running these things, or is it all the bigger businesses? Make sure you hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you utilize this for and if you use it in a solo business. So guys, thanks for checking out today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.